So we're working on the bottom cabinets.
Bottom cabinets, and also we're going to work on the backsplash behind us. The bricks, we're going to touch that up, right?
Yes, and unlike last time, we're gonna do a polyurethane over it.
Right.
Not the oil base, because we don't want it to yellow, so
Right.
we're gonna do a water-based matte finish to it, so it gives it a protection.
Yeah, exactly. For splashes and whatnot when on
Yeah.
the counter there.
We're just taking the fronts off, and we're gonna do most of it while it's attached in the kitchen, and bring the doors and drawers back in, change the hardware. So hopefully it'll take a little quicker. But we don't know, because we
We'll
want to do it right. We really want to get it down to as close to the wood as we possibly can. It'll just make a better finish, I think.
I completely agree.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So that's it this week, folks, and thanks for joining us. Let's see how we do this.
All right, let's go.
So we're going to tackle this brick now. This was a great project. I love it. We are keeping the brick, but many of you have asked from a previous video, if you want to go back, we've done quite a few projects with this brick around the house because we wanted it to look like this existing brick all over the house, and we wanted to put it in different spots. One of the spots was this backsplash. We love the look of brick. We loved everything about it. In other places, it's handling very well. But many of you asked, how is it handling behind the backsplash, being behind a stove or whatnot? Just so you know, it is handling beautifully everywhere. The only place it's not handling that great is right here. And I previously had mentioned how we don't cook a lot of greasy foods, so not a lot of oil splatters or things. But you forget to keep in mind, well, I did, that behind the stove, you will get things like browning from the heat from the stove and the oven. And it just, when it's on high heat, it'll leave this brown. But also, we do cook enough where you get that oil splattered. So what we've decided to do is we're going to really deep clean all the bricks all over behind the backsplash, but especially here. I'm just going to clean it the best I can with what I can put together, probably a simple green or pine sol or even our Castile soap, that's peppermint. We can do that. Like a warm soapy water, and just scrub it and wipe it down. And when that's done and it dries a bit, we're going to touch up some of the coloring on it because some of it's a little too whitewashed. I want to bring out a little bit more of the gray and black colors, a little brown. We want to kind of have it come to the surface, and then I'll whitewash over it again if it needs it. And then when that's all done, I'm going to use, which was suggested, someone had asked, and we really wanted to see without it because someone had asked what we would do for a top coat. And I normally would say like a polyurethane for most things. The problem with polyurethane, a regular polyurethane can make a yellowing look, especially with white. So I didn't want that yellowing effect. We forgot that there's a matte water-based polyurethane. So we're gonna go with that, and it won't be shiny, so it'll be a matte color, and also it'll be a water-based. So because of that, it won't leave the shine, but also it won't yellow. So we're going to do that over the bricks, a covering after that, and it should hold up really well. As I said before, all of the bricks are holding up beautifully. It's just this particular area, because of the stove, maybe not as well. It's not bad. As you can see, this is going on at least a couple years now, and honestly it's fine. It's just, it needs to be no one can see it because it's a stove, but I know it's there. So I'm going to, while we're doing our kitchen over, I'm going to redo it and clean it up and really protect it better. Also, when we had white cabinets, we had them here. They're not holding up well. They're really gross. They're really getting dinged up, and it's just really yucky. So what I'm going to do is this same effect that we also did on the cabinets here, I'm going to do that over here. So on these sides, so when we pull that away, because I do that often, I pull it out just to clean underneath it and behind it. To do that, you won't see this yucky white color. It'll be a nice wood look to it. So I'm going to do the white with the stain over it. So we're going to clean it up, do a primer, and then, because the primer seems to be working well, with the stain, and then primer again and stain again, and then leave it. I may polyurethane these sides as well, just so they're protected from getting really dinged up or yucky. And also, why not? Just to protect it. Also, in this area where our stove is, the stove has gone kaput. So we're shopping around. We're kind of cooking in a different way. We still have our cooktop, the stovetop, but the oven is shut. All the sensors are going. The buttons are breaking up. It's really awful. So I need to keep it right now because I want to make sure I find the right fit for us. It has to fit in this space. We do want an electric. I know gas cooks better, but we want this particular style because I just feel safer with it. I'm used to it. It's easy to clean. And we're looking for a convection electric 5-burner, and there are some, but I want to keep it under $1,000. So we're shopping around. So we're going to kind of have to. We luckily have other small appliances. We have our grill. We have a fire pit. We have the stovetop. But we're going to challenge ourselves for as long as we need. I will not let it go over a month because I won't be able to sustain that. And I have people coming for Easter, so we'll definitely have to be here for Easter. But just letting you know, I am going to have our old one just kind of sitting there, but we are going to update our stove as soon as I find the right one for us. But for now, we're kind of cleaning everything up, and that's our next project here. So I'm using Platinum Dawn dish soap, and I'm using hot water, and I'm just scrubbing it as good as I can. I have various paints that I'm going to try to do something and fix these up a little bit. So I fixed up all the bricks how I wanted them, and then I did that same technique that I did here on the vent last week, and then just recently here on the cabinets. So we needed to do the inside, and that's all done now, and the bricks are fixed. So what I'm going to do is let everything dry and cure, and then I'm going to go on with the polyurethane, that water-based matte polyurethane, and go over the bricks just to give it that extra protection. And I may decide, I'm not sure, I'm going to talk to my husband about it, but I think we may do the sides here just to give it that extra protection so nothing burns off, but we'll see. Now pay no attention to, there's some marks here and at the bottom. I can't really add anything there because then my stove and oven wouldn't fit through. So I'm not going to do a trim, but nobody sees that. It doesn't matter. And right here, it'll have a nice clean edge once we replace these countertops. That's not in our budget right now, so we're not doing that at this moment, but eventually we'll be doing that. So I am going to go around on these bottom cabinets and touch up anything that may just need a little touch up on the actual faux wood thing going on here, the technique, and also the green paint, just to give it a good touch up and make sure it's all crisp and ready to go. And then when everything's dry, I'll come in and do that polyurethane. What do you think?